Compassion is a reflex, not a virtue.
You don't think
judicious compassion is a virtue?
The only way that we can beat evil, and there is a lot of evil out there, is by being good, right? Truth is the thing that is going to set us free. So not just worshiping and not just being, no matter what he says, we're just going to love it, right? We're just going to bow to him all the time, not just being compassionate all the time. We're going to have to actually stand up straight with our shoulders back, get a backbone like a ramrod, and actually do something true. Jordan Peterson, ladies and gentlemen.
So you don't think that came from a place of compassion?
I don't care if it did. I don't regard compassion as a virtue. Compassion is a reflex, not a virtue.
You don't think
judicious compassion is a virtue?
Wait a minute. Compassion can come deep from the human heart and the human mind, I think. Are we talking about the same kind of compassion?
Yes.
Trying to understand the suffering.
Treating adults like infants is not virtuous.
I see, but well, compassion isn't treating adults like I mean, those are just terms.
Are you sure?
Okay, whatever the term is, maybe love is maybe the better
compassion
word.
Is.
I mean, I suppose I'm speaking to love. You don't think those ideas came from concern?
Love is compassion.
You don't think
love is a blend of compassion and encouragement and truth. Love's complicated, man.
Yeah,
if I love you, if I love you, is it compassion or encouragement you want from me?
Yeah, the dance. Love is definitely a dance of two humans. Ultimately, that leads to the growth of both.
Well, that's the thing. The growth element is crucial.
Yeah,
because the growth element, to foster the growth element, that requires judgment, compassion, and judgment. Well, even and have been conceptualized this way forever. Two hands of God, mercy and justice. They have to operate in tandem, right? And mercy is, flawed as you are, you're acceptable. It's like, well, do you want that? Do you want your flaws to be acceptable? And the answer to that is no. It's like, well, that's where the judgment comes in. It's like, but you could be better. You could be more than you are. And that's the maternal and the paternal in some fundamental sense.
And that is exactly what we need from Trump right now. Trump will not get better by worshiping him. If we all just, oh my God, he did it again. Let's get on the Trump train. Let's destroy everybody and blah. That will not make any of this better. You know what will make some of this better? How about compassion, right? With a little judgment. And how about some truth? Wouldn't that be something? If we pushed him that way, that might be something. And then we could get out of this. And I actually think he has it in him. I think he knows how to fight in sometimes what I would argue is an absolutely disgusting manner, right? The things he has said about DeSantis and the lies about Florida, the place that he and his entire family live, and all of that stuff, absolutely disgusting. The way he manipulated people, millions of people who now hate Ron DeSantis, who knew he was the best governor in America a year ago, right? So there's all the disgust stuff there. But with a little compassion, a little judgment, and a little truth, I know that Donald Trump can be better because he's a little closer to something honest and real than anyone on the other side. And he does have some of those inklings. You might remember this from a week ago, his town hall.
A lot of time talking about retribution. And so there are questions about how much a second term of a Donald Trump presidency, second term, would be about retribution and looking backwards and grievances, and how much would be looking forward.
Well, first of all, a lot of people would say that that's not so bad. Look what they did. Russia hoax, the FBI Twitter hoax, the 51 intelligence agents hoax, all of these different hoaxes that they did. I mean, you know, a lot of people would say that's probably quite normal. I'm not going to have time for retribution. We're going to make this country so successful again. I'm not going to have time for retribution.
That's it right there, right? Don't run now on retribution and I'm going to jail everybody and I'm angry at everybody and everything else, right? It looks like you're going to get this nomination fairly easily. There's the court cases and everything else. But success is the ultimate winner here, right? Success for the country is the retribution, which I understand why you might want a little bit of retribution. But I now think it is on us to build Trump up so that he can be the best version of himself, as opposed to the golden calf version of himself that many people want to worship.